So this is a rather classic square peg round hole situation, which comes up a fair amount when trying robotics. This is an octagon chassis from Adafruit, and it's apparently nice, robust and machinable, lots of holes. And in theory, these side bits with the slots and the holes, these specific ones, are for TT motors. This is a DFRobot Fit 0450 TT motor, which includes an encoder and a metal shaft. And it doesn't quite fit on a lot of normal robot chassis because that circuit board sticks rather proud. And actually, if you kind of use one of those very, those plastic cheap acrylic chassis, as in the fairly standard cheap ones, it won't fit them because this will stick out proud, and so the brackets they come with, especially the plastic ones, won't fit. The metal bracket ones you can perhaps put spacers in, and that works. So fitting that here, it doesn't quite fit. It kind of sits proud here, where the encoder disc kind of, if you see here, the encoder disc is where this other panel is. Now, thoughts on how to interface this. One is to just knock out this panel. Quick job with a hacksaw, take those two panels off. It does mean breaking the chassis, or even just kind of finding out a gap at the back for it. Another thought is to mount this on the outside. Now, could use the two mounting holes. They do line up with these holes, I think these two here. Mounting the outside will work, but I still need to knock a hole for the cabling. So the cabling doesn't quite line up well. So that's a possibility. If I put it in an angle, so I could perhaps put it up an angle here or a lesser aggressive angle. I will need to drill a few holes, but this is supposed to be quite easily drillable. And I'll need to make sure this angle doesn't interfere with where the wheel is, because in theory, this we're looking at the bottom of this. So then we'd mount, say a Raspberry Pi and cameras and all this on the top, batteries and motors underneath. It might work at this other angle, actually, face down angle. So the other problem with this on the inside that I've been wondering about is whether the standard TT wheels will still fit, or whether there's just not quite enough nub for it. So that's another mounting issue to consider. So there are a number of things to figure out with this chassis and this motor combination. Putting them outside is also going to leave this as quite a wide base. Which is okay for some applications. I mean, certainly for the testing I'm doing, it'll be fine to be that wide. But I think for some situations, that might be too wide. So I'm going to be playing with some of the different ways to mount this motor in here. It doesn't particularly fit any of the smaller N20 motor mounts as it is. Maybe turned upside down, I might have a way to mount them at the bottom. As in have this being the top instead, and the bottom being the flat panel. That might be a nice way to do it, because then it gives me a set of sensor brackets ready to use either way up. And there's no particular dictation on which way up it should be built, I guess. Well, hopefully at some point we'll be seeing this as a whole robot. Go make stuff, be awesome. Bye.